So now we're going to move on to our extended reading and writing. Let's make sure we're in our LLP. So go ahead and take out your one-page reader called the cookbook. So we're taking out our one-page reader called the cookbook. So today we're going to read a tiny cooking story. While we read, we'll be detectives for two things. We're going to look for words with digraph OO, and you're going to use your highlighters to highlight that word or those words. And then we're going to look at the story problem, which is, should they add milk to broth? Quick question. Looking at the pictures, we have a picture of milk and we have a picture of some beef broth. Would you put milk in broth?
No.
No. Have you ever ate broth?
No.
No. Do you think it's good?
No.
Look at it. You don't think it's good?
No.
Okay, so let's find out what they decide. You will be a reading detective today. So before we get into it, we're going to look at some irregular words. All right, so our first word, what's the word?
Duh.
Okay, and the is an irregular word because the E makes the sound. The. You hear the sound?
Yes.
Okay, and the next irregular word is?
Two.
All right, and then we have? Okay, we have the word of. And of is an irregular word because the F makes a V sound. Of. All right, what's the next irregular word we have?
What.
Okay, we have the word what. And in what, the A does not sound like an A. All right, so our vocabulary words from the story includes broth, which is a liquid soup you can sip. Then we have the word pot, which is a big cooking pan. And then we have milkless, which means, what do you think milkless means? We got, what's that suffix on the end? What is the suffix on the end of milk?
Less.
All right, so we have our suffix less, and less means what?
Without.
Without. Good job. Okay, so the purpose of our story today is to read for accuracy. And we're going to stop and answer a few questions off of each page. And then we'll find out if they're going to add milk to the broth. So let's go ahead and get our readers. All right. So I'll read the first page and then you will read it. Okay. So it say the cookbook. Look, it's a book. The book is needed to cook. It's a cookbook. Look in the book. Let's cook. What to cook? Let's cook broth. Go ahead.
Look, it's a book. The book is needed to cook. It's a cookbook. Look in the book. Let's cook. What to cook? Let's cook broth.
Okay. So if we take a moment and look at the picture on this page, what is that a picture of?
A book.
A book. And after reading the story, what type of book is it?
A cookbook.
Okay. And do you know what cookbooks are used for?
To cook.
To cook. So cookbooks have recipes that teach you how to cook and the ingredients for it. All right, let's turn to page 2. All right. So what is the picture on page 2?
A pot.
Right. It's a big pot. All right. So remember, I'm going to read it and then you will read it. What broth to cook? Let's cook beef broth. Let's cook beef broth with yams. A big pot is needed. Where is a big pot? Here is a big pot. Your turn.
What broth to cook? Let's cook beef broth. Let's cook beef broth with yams. A big pot is needed. Where is a big pot? Here is a big pot.
All right. Now we're moving on to page 3. Let's add milk to the broth. Is it good? No, that is not good. Let's not add milk to the broth. Let's cook milkless broth. All right. So on this page, what words do you see with double O?
3.
Okay, you see 3 words. What are they?
Good, good, cook.
All right, good job. So make sure as you're reading, we're highlighting these words. So your turn. Go ahead and read page 3.
Let's add milk to the broth. Is that good? No, that is not good. No, that is not good. Let's
Let's start.
not add milk to the broth. Let's cook milkless broth.
All right. So what do they want to add to the broth?
Milk.
And what you think will happen if they add milk to the broth?
It tastes nasty.
You thinking it tastes nasty? All right, let's go to page 4. The broth is hot. Let's get a cupful of broth to sip. Is it hot? Oh, let me start over. The broth is hot. Let's get a cupful of broth to sip. It is hot. Is it good? It is good. Let's cook. What to cook? Go ahead and read.
The broth is hot. Let's get a cupful of broth to sip. Is it hot? Is it good? It is good. Let's cook. What to cook?
Okay, so good job. But for that third sentence, you said, is it hot? What does that say?
It is hot.
Okay, good job. So what's the picture on the page?
A teacup.
Is it tea in the cup?
No.
What's in the cup?
Broth.
Broth. And also we have a suffix on that page. Do you know what suffix is on that page? What's
Cup full.
Okay, and what does full mean?
Full of something.
Okay, good job. All right. Now we're going to read it again, but this time we're going to focus on punctuation. So if it's a period, I want to hear you read in a calm voice. If it's a question mark, your voice should go up high at the end. And if it's an exclamation mark, what do you think should happen?
It'd be loud.
Right. You can get loud or read with excitement. Are you ready? Okay, so let's go back to page. Well, before we get into our second read, let's practice. Let's see if we got it. All right, so I'm going to show you some punctuation ABC cards. All right, the first card.
A, B, C, D.
Okay.
E, F, G. H, I.
Good.
J, K, L. M, N. O, P, Q, R. S, T, U. V, W, X, Y.
Okay, so when you see a comma, what do we do?
Pause.
Good job.
Z, A, B, C. D, E, L. H, I, J.
Try it again. You skip one.
Oh. G, H, I, J. K, L, M, N. Q, R, S, T. U, V. WXYZ.
Good job. All right, so now pick your reader back up. All right, so we're looking at page 1. So on page 1, the first sentence that say, look, it's a book. I want you to add a question mark to book at the end of book. All right, and then in that second sentence, it say it's a cookbook. I want you to add an exclamation mark to that one. All right. Good job. All right, so now go ahead and read that page for me with the new punctuation. Go ahead.
Look, it's a cookbook.
Read it again.
Oh, look, it's a book. The book is needed to cook. It's a cookbook. Look in the book. Let's cook. What to cook? Let's cook broth.
All right. Now let's turn to page 2. Okay, so now looking at page 2, I want you to change that last sentence where it say, here is a big pot. I want you to change that period to an exclamation mark.
Okay.
All right, now read that page.
What broth to cook?
Okay, let's read that sentence again. Let me hear your voice go up when you get to that question mark. Go ahead.
What broth to cook? Let's cook beef broth. Let's cook beef broth with yam. A big pot is needed. Where is a big pot? Here's a big pot.
All right, good job. Now moving on to page 3. So on page 3, I want you to add, so on page 3, where is a question mark, change it to an exclamation mark. All right. And where is a exclamation mark, change it to a question mark. All right. And then go ahead and read.
Let's add milk to the broth. Is that good? No, that is not good. Let's not add milk to the broth. Let's cook milkless broth.
Good job. Now it's another suffix on that page. What is it?
Milkless.
Milkless. All right. Let's go to page 4. All right. So looking at page 4. So on page 4, the sentence I want you to change is the first sentence, where is a period, add an exclamation mark.
Okay.
Okay. On the third sentence that say it is hot, add a question mark.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and read that page.
The broth is hot. Let's get a cup full of the broth to sip. It is hot. Is it good? It is good. Let's cook. What to cook?
All right, good job. So you see how punctuation can change the excitement in a sentence?
Yes.
All right. So now, did they add the broth to the milk? Would they add milk to the broth?
Yes.
Okay. And after they added the milk to the broth, what did they say?
It is good.
It is good. So now, what is the need for a cookbook? Why do we need cookbooks?
To see if to see things what we could cook.
All right. So you use a cookbook to look for ingredients and direction in order to cook something. All right. Now, are you willing to try broth?
Yes.
And are you going to get your parents to add milk to the broth?
Yes.
All right. Good job. So if we see a question mark, how should our voice change?
A little loud.
Okay, your voice should get a little higher. What about a period? When I see a period, should I get excited?
No, you have used a code.
Right, you use a calm voice. So what punctuation mark means to get excited?
Exclamation.
Exclamation mark. Good job. Okay, so we can put up our one-page readers. So put up your one-page reader. All right, and we're going to move to our oral reading. So moving to our oral reading. Today we're going to look at a story about elephants. On yesterday, we talked about zoo animals. And just a quick recap of that. What are some animals that live at the zoo?
Elephants.
Elephants. What else?
Lion.
Okay.
Tigers. Bears. Giraffes.
All right. Can you think of any animals that live at the zoo that like to play in water?
Bears and lions.
You think bears and lions like to play in water?
Yes.
You think so? What about hippos?
Yes.
What about some animals that actually live in the water?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. All right, so I put pictures of elephants up so you can look at today. So do you think elephants are large creatures or large animals?
Yes.
Yes. Have you ever seen an elephant up close?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so we're going to listen as I read this story. Elephants are the largest of all living land animals and may weigh more than 12,000 pounds. The average height at the shoulder is 10 feet. At birth, an elephant calf is 3 feet tall and weighs about 200 pounds. How much do you think you weighed when you was born? You think you weighed 200 pounds?
No.
No. Okay, so the two kinds of elephants are African elephants and Asian elephants. African elephants are generally heavier and taller than Asian elephant. African elephants have much larger ears, which are shaped somewhat like the continent of Africa and weigh about 110 pounds each. Do you think you could pick up an elephant ear? It weighs 110 pounds.
No.
No, and I also have pictures of elephants. Look at the ears. It tells you that it's shaped like Africa. Okay, elephant feed mainly on roots, leaves, fruit, grasses, and sometimes tree bark. An adult elephant eats as much as 300 pounds of food a day, but it only digests half of the food it eats. Elephants sometimes walk hundreds of miles in search of food and water. Elephants sometimes walk hundreds of miles in search of water and food. The elephant trunk is very versatile. It breathes through 2 nostrils at the end of its trunk. It can swim long distances using the trunk as a snorkel. There are finger-like parts at the tip of the trunk, enabling the elephant to grasp objects as small as a single blade of grass. An elephant calf sucks its trunk just as a human baby sucks its thumb. Alright, so we got our pictures of elephants right here. Now, what is the largest living land animal?
I think an elephant.
Right, so we read that the elephant is the largest living land animal. And what are some things that elephants eat?
They eat leaves.
Okay, leaves.
They eat
Tree bark.
They eat fruits. They eat grass.
Okay, so if an organism, and in this case an elephant, eat only plants and fruits, what do you think it's called?
A
What do you?
herbivore.
Oh, good job, a herbivore. So a herbivore is a consumer that only eats plants. So good job. All right, now what shape does African elephant ears have? What are they shaped like?
Sir.
What are they shaped like? What are they shaped like? I said it. And then I gave you a hint in the name. Oh, that's our time. But they're shaped like the continent of Africa. Okay, so look at our pictures. So you see that? The ears are shaped like the continent of Africa. You see that?
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to do our read aloud, and the book I chose for today. So moving into our read aloud, the book I chose is Miss Dole is Out of Control. All right, Miss Dole is out of control. The new PTA president. My name is AJ, and I hate school. But you know what? Soon I won't have to go to school anymore for a long time. You know why? Because today is the first day of June. Yay, June is the best month of the year because it's when summer starts. Yippee! No school until September. Me and the guys were putting our backpacks into our cubby. It was Michael who started singing the best song in the history of the world. No more pencils, sang Michael, who never ties his shoes. No more books, sang Ryan, who would eat anything, even stuff that isn't food. No more teachers, sang Neil, who we call Neil the new kid, even though he wears clothes. Dirty looks, I sang. That's when Andrea came in. She is an annoying girl with curly brown hair who loves school. Andrea had on her mean face. Hey, Andrea, I said. What's with the mean face? Are you mad because school is almost over? No, Arlo, said Andrea, who calls me by my real name because she knows I don't like it. That's not why I'm mad. Did you hear about the PTA election last night? No, my mother was running for president, Andrea said, but she came in second, so she has to be vice president again. Big deal, I told Andrea. If the president gets assassinated, then your mom will become president. Nobody assassinate PTA presidents, Arlo, Andrea said, rolling her eyes. They do too. I told her, do not. Do too. We went back and forth like that for a while. Sheesh, what a grouch. So what if her mom isn't PTA president? Andrea should take a chill pill. I went to my seat, which is next to Ryan's. Where is Miss Daisy? Ryan asked. I looked around. Our teacher, Miss Daisy, was nowhere to be found. She usually gets to class early. Miss Daisy used to be called Miss Daisy, but then she got married. Ladies become Miss when they get married. Nobody knows why. Since Miss Daisy wasn't around, I crumbled up a piece of paper and threw it at Andrea. It bounced off of her head. Arlo, Andrea shouted, why did you do that? Does there have to be a reason? Suddenly, Mr. Klutz came running into the class. He is the principal of elementary school, and he has no hair at all. Most principals polish their shoes, but Mr. Klutz polishes his head. Miss Daisy will be late today, he said. She has a doctor's appointment. Is Miss Daisy sick? Asked Emily, who is Andrea's crybaby friend. She looked all worried like she does whenever anybody in the world is sick. She's fine, said Mr. Klutz. Actually, I'm glad Miss Daisy is late because the new PTA president wants to speak to you in private. I'd like to introduce Mr. Klutz never had the chance to finish his sentence. You'll never believe in a million years who walked into the door. Nobody. Because if you walked into a door, it would hurt. But you will never believe who walked into the doorway. It was Ryan's mom. And what do you think Ryan's mom is called?
Miss Dole.
Okay, Miss Dole. Ryan's mom is weird. Wow, Ryan's mom is the new PTA president. Congratulations, Miss Dole, said Mr. Klutz. I'm sure you'll do a great job. Mr. Klutz had to go to a meeting, so he left Ryan's mom to watch us. Miss Dole looked a lot like Ryan, except that she's a lady and old. When she walked into our class, Ryan hid under his desk. I couldn't blame him. That's what I would do if my mom walked into the class. Parents should never come into the class unless it's your birthday and they're bringing cupcakes for everybody. That's the first rule of being a kid. Wow, the president of the PTA is important, I whispered to Ryan. That's almost like being president of the United States. Okay, we'll finish this one tomorrow. All right, that is the end.